2v8 is a game mode that I've actually been wanting for it to come out since I started playing. I always liked playing Killer, however, I actually found it really boring quite a lot of the time to just play by myself. And I've got to say, after playing quite a few matches of this, I can say that it is indeed as fun as I hoped it would be. So, I played it with the very person who introduced me to the game, and here's how it went for me. That being said, the first game did not go well because my brother's game crashed. So I was playing with a bot teammate. So with that being said, let's get straight into the second match instead. Okay, one thing I did forget to mention is that no voices were recorded alongside this, so you're only going to hear the audio of the gameplay. That being said, since I already knew everything about 2v8 from watching stuff of it previously, it's not as if there was actually a reaction to it from me or anything at all. So if any of you were hoping for that kind of thing instead, I'm sorry, but that's not how it went. So, I had a bit of a rough start. However, I did find quite a few people here, and given how this then plays out, I started realising something else. I don't think there was MMR in any of this, meaning that quite a lot of the people I was up against genuinely seemed very new to the game. They're not the kind of people I should have been up against. And also, as you'll see later, I played 2 Survivor games, I believe, just to see how it was on the other side, and I can confirm that even the killers tended to not be that good either. I did die both times, however the chases took way longer than they typically would for my usual game. Now, of course, I do know that this is still in development, they're still testing out things. The reason why it's only out for 2 weeks right now is because they're going to use this as a way to learn from it and then make it permanent in the future. So I do know, of course, that if there ever is going to be MMR in 2v8, it'll be when it returns. Of course, I understand there won't be now. Also, for those wondering, I played Huntress for all but one game. The only time I didn't play Huntress was when I had the challenge to play as Trapper. But other than that, yes, we did quite literally do the strongest possible team, which was Huntress and Nurse. So, I think there's only a few other things I should probably mention. First of all, yes, I know that the matchmaking was awful for Killer, especially for the first few games. No joke, it was taking around half an hour to find a match. And then after that, and even now, I'd say it's around 15 minutes on average. It is quite obvious why this is the case, right? I find it a bit silly for people to directly complain about the servers on Dead by Daylight's end or anything like that. I think it's completely just because so many people for this game mode want to play Killer. Luckily, there is a bit of an incentive they added, which is where you got plus 400% blood points for playing Survivor. So I've heard that some people literally just play Survivor in this to get the blood points, which is completely understandable. It's probably the equivalent of like 4 people having the anniversary offer in each game. When you think about it, whenever people were asking for 2v8, myself included, I was not wanting to play as one of the 8 survivors, I was wanting to play Killer with another person. That's what's exciting about this whole game mode in my opinion. So of course, more people are going to play Killer with their friends, you know? And assuming they eventually make this game mode permanent, I really do hope they also come up with some other kind of incentive to play as Survivor, because it's not so great having to wait quite long each match. There's also another complaint I've heard, which is that people are unhappy with the fact it's only the starter killers that you can play as. At first I was also a bit disappointed. I couldn't play as Pyramid Head or any of the other killers I find more fun. However, the more I played this, the more I started to think it was actually kind of nice that you could only play as these starter killers. Because first of all, it made me think that maybe more people will actually feel like playing the older killers again, so that you don't keep on going against the same, if we're being completely honest here, killers that require no skill. Because I know many of you would disagree with this, especially those who maybe main these killers. But someone like, ooh, that was a close one. Yeah, let's not go any further there. Let's just skip ahead, shall we? It's nice that you don't have to deal with that in 2v8. And also on the topic of killers in 2v8, Again, at first I was thinking, oh, it's a shame you can't use the same killer. Because for those who don't know, yeah, you can't exactly get two nurses in this or anything like that. You have to have two different ones. And again, I was thinking, oh, that's a shame, you can't just do the most broken stuff ever. However, it makes it more interesting to do two different killers. It'd be kind of boring if people did the same, in my opinion. Anyway, I think I covered about everything. I don't think there's anything I haven't addressed. And given what I was saying here, you can probably imagine that overall, yeah, I have quite a positive view of this game mode. The only thing that I find a bit of a shame is how long it takes to load into each match as killer. Because what you're about to see right here was my first time readying up for Survivor. Yes, it was very quick. Alright, nice. So, yeah. Alright, now I have quite a few games that I played. I think it was mainly just from that one day. And I remember actually doing quite well later on. How far along is this again? Wait, this is the first match. You've got to be joking. You know what? For the final part, I'll just do a little best moments montage kind of thing. Because I don't want to put this to waste.